was very eyes-opening, I would say ears-opening, because sound have a direct effect on matter, and that's what we're working on when we're working within a cellular body. We want to know that sound creates something. We're going to open the 4 direction secret space. That's why the whole program for these 4 days, this will be our secret space. Every year, a lot of healing is happening through the teaching, through the experience, direct experience with the frequencies. East, I guess, west. So the space to reside during these 4 days is truly within the heart.
There's a lot of agreement that the east is the place where the sun rises. I mean, I think that's true whether in the north or the southern hemisphere the sun still rises in the east. And so in that sense, when we stand metaphorically in the east, we're standing in the place of new beginnings. So right now, here at the beginning of this incredible 4 days, we're in the east.
The higher frequencies tend to sound like they're traveling more. And very often it'll seem like the higher harmonics are coming from up there somewhere. But wherever you're making sound, whether it's in a cathedral or in a little meadow, wherever it is, by making sound, you're creating an acoustical space. There's the acoustical space that you're in, but the sound moving through the space kind of changes the geometry of the air molecules in the immediate vicinity. There's energy moving through the nasal cavity, but also...
It's all about the between sound, really. And another thing I'd like to add is that if you have a shrilly box, or if you have a tambura, or if you have any instrument that create overtones, then you merge with the instrument, and then it's just bliss. I mean, it's just very healing, and it's just beautiful. I love it. Sound touch the physical, the emotional, and the spiritual. It's 3 points that make our practice. So it's a rule of 3. So you have the first triangle, which represent the fire or the male energy. Down the triangle going down, and for many different type of tradition, represent the female. The 2 together, the Solomon seal, or the Star of David. Beginning of the Merkaba, because it's something that I draw all the time, and drawing helps you visualize. And so you take these 2 triangles, put them together, Solomon sealed, and then you split each part by 3, and you add another triangle. And then actually this goes in an infinity. You can keep going and keep going and keep going, and as part of the fractal design and geometry.
And that goes directly with what Timothy was teaching this morning.
That's right, the harmonics going on and on and on and on. Yeah, exactly. So it works a little bit like the flower of life for me, like on the first sharing that I did. We were talking about the flower of life being the creation and representing the creation and the amplification. This is really amplification with no hands, and when I work with it and when I want to multiply the therapeutic outcome of a session, I just visualize it, and it kind of all these sections somehow are like animated, and it goes on and on and on and on. Sacred geometry is really powerful to work with, and you just need to know maybe a few of the symbols, and even the solid are important. The square for grounding is very powerful, it works. So I was thinking to do like a clinic, that way you will see how I work. I have a volunteer on the table, so please, could you remind me your first name?
Jan.
Jane. Okay, please come in. Nice to meet you. So you're going to go on your back here for now. Yeah, put down the door. Okay, beautiful. So everybody works differently. Usually I will talk to my client first to see how I can help or best I can help. And then I will scan the body and feel where the block of energies are. Usually I can feel some congestion of energy. And John was saying, and I think I was saying also in my first sharing, that my hands are like my ears. And as soon as you switch the mind from feeling to hearing, you're going to not only, I believe, you're going to be more sensitive with your hand, but it's also like a training to have your whole body being here. During the prayer, to have this kind of intention of just, let what is necessary to happen without being in between. The two places that I feel where they can unblock something for you is on upper left hip and underneath the shoulder blade. Congestion of energy, again seeing as an intelligence, like to find home, residence somewhere in the body. Jen has some issue with water not flowing properly, and but where there is blockage. So I like to stimulate the body very gently. But we're going to be doing with 128. So the first thing I'm going to do, it's telling the bodily function, the water within the body, to just gently drain, going to the right place to just evacuate. Right?
32.
So the 32 is really good for that. But the 128 will do it, and actually your hand will do it as well. So usually the table will be in front of me. And what I'm doing here, I'm going clockwise, as you can see. And, and I'm kind of internally feeling the sound going around the person on the table. The amplitude of these frosted balls are kind of like resonating around the room right now, but ultimately going to the client, really see the sound circling around the table.